Hi there, I'm Zoot Java. Today is November the 11th, 2021, or as it's referred to in Canada, Remembrance Day. First, I'd like to ask you to like, subscribe, and if you are watching this on YouTube, there is going to be a link in the bottom to two video hosting sites instead of YouTube because they take a dim view of anything that I say. Now, today means a great deal to me because it is Remembrance Day. I was not a veteran. Many members of my family were. My grandfather was born in England and fought for the British Army all throughout the entire First World War. And then he moved to Canada, and when war broke out, he wound up fighting for the Canadian Army all throughout the entire Second World War. His son joined the Air Force when he was 17 years old in the Second World War, shot down over Germany, and spent about 3 years, I believe, in a German prisoner of war camp. I had a great uncle and his son that I never met, who were sunk on a ship called the Hood. So, no chance I'd ever meet them, obviously. And I had various other relatives who were in the armed forces. So it means something to me. I do have something to remember. And what I'd like to tell people is that even if you don't have anyone who has served, this is a time for you to remember that this country, and basically all the countries who came together, they fought for your freedom. Your freedom. And many, many, way too many died. I really do hold this day sacred because I believe that we should all have freedom. There's a small problem with that in that freedom has a price. So when I see that there are people constantly tearing this country down from within, all the way from our politicians down to people just in general, just looking for anything to complain about, especially in things that had happened in the past. Well, that's unfortunate that things in the past, when judged by today's standards, are unfortunate that they happened, but they happened. We can't change that. Tearing down statues, changing names of schools, streets, towns, everything. What do you think you accomplish when you do that? I'll tell you what you accomplish. Nothing. You erase our history. I really wish people would stop that. If you wanted to do something, why don't you have even an ounce of the bravery that these people did to fight for this country? Even though I'm Canadian, one of the greatest quotes I've ever heard is John F. Kennedy when he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country." And a lot of people don't like that. They feel that this is like a store you walk into or a service that you pay for, and they should just do everything for you. You've been listening to too many politicians, for one. politicians that just seek to divide us, to have us fight amongst each other. I wish that they would realize that people came before and fought so that this country could be here for them to abuse. But not all of them. Unfortunately, one politician is too many to be seeking to divide us. Don't let them. Don't let them divide us. I want you to remember these people. They died. They fought. They died. It was awful. But they did it. Of course they did it for themselves, but they did it for us. They realized that there was generations to come. Had they not done that then, this country would not be here now. Simply put. Things that you've got to realize are, as I said, freedom has a price. People are throwing around words like human rights. This is a human right. That is a human right. I don't know how many things I've heard that they insist are human rights. They're not. A human right is something that you can just attain on your own. It really is. Everything else comes through freedom. The freedom will allow you to be able to attain these rights. Without it, you will lose your freedom. Without your freedom, you lose your rights. Talk to someone who has come to this country from a very, very dictatorial country. Ask them what it was like. Ask them how many human rights that the government cared about them getting. Very few. No. If you want to have your human rights, as you so elegantly put it, you have to make sure that you retain your freedom. If you want to retain your freedom, you have got to make sure that these people do not tear our country apart from within. I ask that everyone wear a poppy. I've heard people get angry about it, complain about it. I don't complain about it. But I ask that you do. It's the very least you can do to thank someone who died fighting so that you can have freedom, and through the freedom that you can have these rights. Just one day a year. I don't really think that asking someone to wear one of these one day out of the year is asking too much. So please do it. Do it for them to show that you appreciate them. And do it for yourself to show that you appreciate the fact that they did that for you. I hope you took a minute, at least a minute, to stop everything that you did and just take a look around at everything that you have. It's because people fought. People like you, like myself, like your neighbor. They believed in this country enough to lay their lives down for it. Again, so that we would have freedom. and freedom has a price. Never forget that. There will be no joke today. I would like you to share this on all your social media. And until later, we're a poppy. Not for Zoot, for those who fought for our country. Thank you.